What's up, guys? Welcome back. At the end of the last video, I had just gotten done replacing an eBay exhaust with the exact same eBay exhaust. So on this video, I figured it'd be fitting to replace the factory intake manifold with a factory intake manifold. More specifically, this is a Y8 intake manifold, which known for being one of the better, or the best factory D-series intake manifolds. And this one specifically is off an automatic. See, it's got the 3-wire idler control valve, and it's blocked off, not drilled out there. So it should be a straight bolt, and it's bolt on. And according to the internet, I should expect 3 to 8 horsepower, which doesn't sound like a lot, but you gotta remember the car only made like 106 horsepower from the factory. So that's actually a pretty substantial bump. And with shipping and handling and taxes, I only paid $58 for this. Which if I get 5 or 6 horsepower is about $1 per horsepower. Or $10 per horsepower, which is actually pretty good. It did receive some damage in shipping. The guy threw it in a box without wrapping. So it's got a thing here, and the line for the brake, master cylinder, brake booster is damaged. So I have to file that down and bend that back out. I am also worried I may or may not be able to use this throttle body because it showed up, this was exposed to a lot of moisture at some point, and the throttle was actually stuck when I first got it. So I'm worried that the idler control valve may also be stuck. I'm going to oil this up and hopefully try to clean that out without taking it off, because I don't want to have to buy a new idler or gasket for the idler control valve if I don't want to, because I can use the one off of this car, and I can use the whole throttle body and put it on this if I want to or need to. But this is apparently 5 millimeters larger, and I'd like to keep that if I can. Gasket I ordered off Amazon. Pro should be here later today. I had to order a throttle bracket because it didn't come with one. That'll be here shortly. I also found a guy parting out a EX in town and was able to get pedals for my 5-speed conversion, master clutch slave cylinder, master whatever you call it, master clutch slave cylinder, the shorter throttle body cable for the EX, and the EX's gauge cluster plus shifter linkage. I paid $140 for all that. I don't know if that's a good deal in 2026, but it's a damn sight cheaper than eBay, and most of the Civics and junkyards are picked clean. If I can get done with this, well, I'll probably do this first. I've got hood latch, new cable since the line thing's broken, 2 hood insulators, the bump stops, what do you want to call them, since that one's missing them. My buddy bought me this Type R style grill, and of course the password JDM hood spacers, which I had to buy different bolts for, because those ones came with the I don't know what the technical word for it is, but these ones without a washer. And I'm pretty sure my idiot is howling. Hi, Elsa. Do you mind? I'll be done in a minute. All right, other things. I've tried to trade off the rims. I've gotten many messages about them, but I'm pretty much immediately ghosted. So that's the thing. Since the last video, I have cut the exhaust and lengthened it about where I wanted it. So these exhausts are advertised at 2 1/4 inches, but they're not. This is a piece of the 2 1/4 inch of that pipe I bought. The actual pipe is the same size as the pipe that's supposed to slip on is the same distance as this. So you can do what I did, and if you cut it, the actual 2 1/4 inch pipe will slide in the exhaust. I think cut it about here and just slid the pipe in. I lengthened it about a good 3 inches, maybe 3.5, but I was able to get my catalytic converter in, and with that good 3.5 inches, the exhaust sticks out a bit farther. I need to like bend the mounting brackets or something to move it a little over, but it's a lot quieter now at idling, cruising. Got rid of some of that raspy Honda sound, and actually sounds pretty good now. I don't feel like I need to immediately run out and get a different exhaust. I've also installed side marker lights. They're not wired up yet. I used to do this on all my Hondas. I had a little template made up. I had to make a new one and 3D print it. I mounted it a little high. It should actually be like down here. I followed a template on an online forum. The guy put it a little high, and I, following the thing, put it a little high as well. But that seems to be where a lot of people end up putting it. I don't know if they're following the same build series or same thing or what, but I'd prefer it to be a little lower, but it's done, and I don't care. Good enough. On the inside, I have not fixed the door yet, the window. I did fix the power outlet. All I needed to do was it still had the twisty bit on the back. It just unspun. I just realized that that's really dirty. Took a torch to the center console to clean it up, get rid of some of the fading. And I now have a working glove box. I took the 2 bolts out of the bottom and tried to reach up and release the that little spring latch. But the spring inside it was broke, and it was locked hard up, and I ended up having to just apply pressure until I broke it, which bent this, and then just hit it with a hammer a couple times, and it's now like super smooth and exists. The horns on this car don't work, and every time I turn it off, I lose the stereo's memory, specifically the Bluetooth. So I'm suspicious that it blew a fuse or something somewhere, and the guy just wired it to the ignition wire, the power and accessory to the ignition wire. So I'll have to look into that at some point. And that's all I've done to this thing for now. My buddy's coming over to work on his cars, and he didn't want to be on camera, so throughout the day I'll try to get updates with what I've had done as I'm doing it. Boom, here we are a couple days later, actually about a week. I was waiting for my mandatory knockoff password JDM intake to come in to finish it off. I even splurged and got the carbon fiber one. See the Y8 intakes on. So since the last bit of recording, I can open my hood now. It's great without a ratchet strap. Got the password JDM hood spacers are in. The window crank showed up. The stock one seems to be in pretty good shape, except for this bushing exploded. I don't know if you can get another one or not. Still no bites on the rims. Somebody was wanting to trade me some Mini Cooper rims, and I was game because I really want to get rid of these. But for some reason, he was worried about it rubbing on the suspension, and thought he needed these. I actually took these off and looked at them. They're 16x9 with 0 offset, and he was worried that it was going to rub against his suspension. So, if anything, I figured it'd be better than stock when it comes to that. But whatever. So I got irritated and just ordered some aftermarket rims, cheap ones. Don't get excited. We're still balling on the budget, trying to recover from this. Installing the intake on this was pretty straightforward. I fought forever with the gasket, or trying to get the intake gasket off. I had to lengthen all the injector wires, the throttle body, everything that plugged into the throttle body plugged in. But I need to lengthen these. I'm going to redo these later. I still need to lengthen the wire for the evap and the air intake temperature. I forget what the actual name is for it. So this is actually carbon fiber, and it seems really nice, except for these bits barely fit. I'm probably gonna have to run some silicone or something on there. But I was able to get the bracket in with no problems. Yeah, I'm probably going to, when I do my 5-speed swap, I am probably going to strip the entire harness and lengthen the wires I want to lengthen and clean it up, make it nice. Unpin the unnecessary auto transmission wires and stuff. I already got some, those are basically twisty tied to get it to, just to work, make it work. I also had to change out the throttle body. I got the intake on and it basically ran like crap. Didn't only run enough. It seemed like it was only running off a couple pistons to start off, smoking out the back. Revved it up, got it to clear up. Still kind of ran like crap, but smoothed out. Then it got warmed up enough to for the air idler control valve to open up, and it started doing the Honda thing where it was yin, 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 you know, as the idler goes up and down. So I knew that was bad. I figured it probably would be. So I ended up taking the throttle body off of the stock intake and put it on there, and the internet lied because maybe on the manual one with the different idler control valve, maybe it's 5 millimeters bigger, but on the auto one it seems to be the exact same. And when I took it off, this is basically what I found behind there. So it's no real surprise that didn't work. I also had to take the linkage and spring off this one and put it on that one because they were different, and I didn't know that till I had the first bolt almost ran down. That was an unpleasant find. So yeah, I still need to, besides that, I still need to run the line for the PVC valve. I've got more to do. It's a pain, and I'm old and don't want to do it. So I'll get to that here in a bit. Right now I just want to get the video done. I also found that off of Amazon and really liked it, so I had to pick it up. So I've got bits here for the next video, and in a few days when the weekend comes, I'll start on that and get that out. So I'll talk to you then.